Hello. In this tutorial, I'm going to introduce you to something different. Um, in the previous ones, we have just on a Linux terminal try to use different commands and without using any kind of text editor. But that is going to change this time around. So we are going to use a Linux or a kind of text editor, which is very popular. For me, I really like to use Vim. Vim is a very, very popular text editor, which you can use on Linux. So I'm good. Before you use Vim, if that's what you want to use, you can use a whole lot of others like Nano, for example. But I prefer to use this one. So in order to use Vim, you need to install it on your machine before you can use it. If you need help on how to do that, I'm probably going to make a different video on how you can install it. So without wasting time, let's proceed with our today's objective. So what we are going to do today, I have already installed Vim. So we are going to, with Vim, try different commands other than what we have already done in the previous videos. So what we are going to do, to start with, let me first of all check what we've got here. So we've got all these things in our root directory. So what we are going to do now is to create a file. If you remember, in the previous videos, we created files by using touch, right? But this time around, with Vim installed, we can create a new file by issuing the command Vim, then we give it a name. For example, let us say Vim file1. You hit enter. So it takes you to where you can edit whatever you want to edit or whatever you want to type. So here we have a blank file to type our text. Now, there are different ways you can use Vim. There are different commands, but like I said, Vim is very easy to use. As it looks now, you can't type anything in Vim. I know this is not, this tutorial is not about Vim, but I just wanted to show you some highlights. So if you try to type something now, it's not going to, you won't be able to type anything. For example, you see, I'm trying to press some keys, but nothing would type. Before you can type something, you need to hit the I button on your keyboard. So just look at where it says file, because this is the name of our file. Remember, we typed vim file. So now let me hit the I button. You see, now it says insert. When it says insert, it means you can type something now. So for example, let me just type something. As you can see, we can type, right? But instead of typing something, there is something I wanted to paste here. Just some text I got from somewhere. So this text, I want us to work with it. So I'm going to show you some things that are very interesting about this text editor. So now that I pasted this, as you can see, we do not have the line numbers in this. We don't have line numbers. For example, I should be able to tell you to look at line number 1, line number 10, for example, but we don't have it. So if you want, you would be able to give this a line number in order for it to be for you to be able to, or for me to be able to tell you what line I'm referring to. In order to do that, just have a look. So we are still in insert mode, which means we can still type something. So now before you issue any command now, you first of all need to hit the escape key. So just watch where it says insert. Let me hit the escape key. You see, the insert is gone. Now we can't type anything anymore if you try. So now let me add the line numbers. Before you can add the line numbers, first of all, you hit the escape key. Now you are no longer in insert mode. So you type colon, you look at that. I believe that's what it's called. Now that I typed it, I can say set number. Hit enter. As you can see, we now have our numbers. But there is something I need to point out here. This very text I pasted here was not formatted. I just copied it from somewhere. That's why, as you can see, the lines are not the way they should be. Each and every line should have had its own number. But just for the sake of this tutorial, let us just ignore that. But I just wanted to let you know that the text was not formatted, so the numbers were not the way they should. So now we can see the line numbers. I should be able to refer you to line 11, line 9, line 7, for example. So now that we have our text here, if you wanted to remove this number, you can actually do that. So to do that, what you can do is to hit the colon again. Now the set number is gone. Now you can say set number exclamation mark. You hit enter, the numbers are gone, right? So this is all the tutorials we have to do here. There are a whole lot of things. We are going to get there. Now let us get out of this text. So in order to get out of this text, remember you are still in escape mode, right? So now what you need to do again, you have to press the colon again. You see, now in order to save this text, you hit W, which is right. It means you're saving this text. So if you want to quit without saving, you hit Q. Another thing that you can do, you can also add the exclamation mark, which is like forcing it to quit. If for whatever reason it won't quit, adding an exclamation mark would have it quit by force. It will force it to quit. The same thing you can do if you wanted to write, which is to save. You can also add the exclamation mark. Another thing is this. We can actually use both, which is write, quit, and then the exclamation mark. So it's going to save and quit. Now we are out of the text. Now that we arrived at our terminal, we are going to add this very text here because I don't want this video to take so long. So once we come back in the next installment, we are going to manipulate the text that we have here. So look out for the next installment of this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Can I ask you again to subscribe to my channel, to like, to share? Bye.